Hi, we're with Glenn Goldman, CEO of CapTap out of New York, an alternative lender. Glenn, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Glad to be here.
$3 billion in loans. Tell me about that.
Well, we started 15 years ago with a singular focus, which hasn't changed, and that is to make access to capital for small businesses simple, intuitive, and frictionless. And it took us about 10 years to originate our first $1 billion of funding, 3 years to originate the second billion, 2 years to originate the third. We just celebrated that anniversary the other day, and we're going to originate our $4th billion in less than 12 months. So the need is very real, and the ability to manage risk across economic cycles is very real and tangible.
How easy has it been for you to learn how to manage risk?
Well, it's a function of the data, and so I wouldn't suggest that it's been easy. What I would suggest, however, is that it requires a very disciplined approach to gathering information. We were collecting big data before it was sexy to call it big data, but we like to refer to it as smart data. And so it was a challenge. It was a challenge because we tested our data and scoring models with $3 billion of our own capital.
Give us a taste of some of your data points that you embraced that traditional banks would not touch.
Sure. So at the core level, our scoring models are composed of three basic sources of data. Number one is information that's publicly available. It could be a trade score or otherwise. Number two is information we get from a small business owner. None of those two things are proprietary. What is proprietary, however, is $3 billion of profiles of actual experience with tens of thousands of small businesses over 3 economic cycles, 650 different types of businesses throughout the United States. And that is what is incredibly unique and proprietary and potent. So let me tell you what that means. What that means is that when you get a FICO score and your FICO score is 650, what does it tell you? Well, we know it's better than 600. It's not as good as 700, but it doesn't tell us about the financial viability of that small business. In fact, it's a personal score more than it is a commercial score. With our scoring model, we might give a score of a 7 to a small business owner. And what does 7 mean? Well, it has a very real meaning. It means that of the 2,000 identical profiles that we have funded over the last 15 years that look exactly like this customer, 7 out of every 100 are not going to perform. That is very real, tangible, and actionable information that now not only ourselves but a number of our bank partners are starting to latch onto and look to partner with us to access.
Give me your sweet spot type of a deal.
I'd like to say there's a sweet spot, but that's like asking whether or not there's a sweet spot of a small business type. So why do I say that? We will fund anywhere from $2,500 to $150,000, 650 different types of businesses, anywhere from 24 to 36 months of funding, incredibly flexible, customized terms. So I'd like to think we have a sweet spot, but the fact is, our worldview is every small business owner has a right to access capital, and that's our go-to-market strategy.
Criticism of alternative lenders is rate. Traditional banks see you as being usurious. How do you respond to that?
Well, that's what alternative used to mean. Alternative now is mainstream, and it's mainstream because it's really all about better ways of assessing and managing risk, as well as delivering a better user experience. So you asked me about CapTap. And what's unique and powerful about CapTap? Well, the fact is we have all this incredible data, systems, and technology which allows us to take an application and make a decision in less than 2 seconds. Now, the application process might take 20, 30, 40 minutes, but through an online experience, we can condense that down to 6 or 7 and deliver the optimal user experience, which to us means a great application process, the ability to approve, deliver terms and say yes and fund in the same day. And then to continue that great user experience throughout the life cycle, 70% of our customers renew with us. And so we're very proud of the ability to take that definition of user experience, spread it throughout the small business's life cycle, and through CapTap, deliver the optimal user experience online with rapid decisioning, same-day funding.
Great. Thank you very much. Glenn Goldman, CEO, CapTap, New York City. Thanks.
Thank you.